Daniel Sahr, the director of the Luxembourg Pavilion. Thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for visiting us.
Our pleasure. Now, we've got something very interesting in the background behind us, which is
the Luxembourg slide.
And I've been contemplating, should I go down or not? Have you been down yourself?
Many times. Many times.
Tell us, what is the concept behind that for the pavilion?
Well, first of all, when you design a pavilion, you need one memorable experience. And definitely our architect made the right choice because he has chosen a slide to end the visitor's journey. But it is also a hint towards a very traditional fun fair, which we are organizing back home in Luxembourg on a yearly basis. Okay. And this for over 680 years. So there is a story around the slide.
Yeah, fascinating. Now tell us, what else is there to the pavilion?
Well, the pavilion is a showcase of Luxembourg's resources. We are highlighting actually 5 resources which we deem very important to us. So first of all, it's our diversity, our multicultural polyglot nation. It is on top the way we are connecting people with each other. So we are truly an enabler of connectivity for many, many years and in different fields. Then also the way we are now heading into sustainability, like building or helping to build sustainable societies via our international cooperation, or an outlook into the field of finance, where we are heading into sustainable finance, green finance with very concrete products. Or last but not least, also the circular economy, which we are showcasing. And then obviously all this is already a showcase of a thriving nation. We are an entrepreneurial nation. We take up ideas, we bring them to fly, and this is what we are showcasing in our enterprising section. Before you are heading into the last element of our scenography, which is highlighting Luxembourg as a tourist destination, so talking about the beauty of our nature.
Yeah. Well, thank you for explaining that. Now, with innovation and further opportunities, what exactly has presented itself over the last 6 months as a result of being here for the Expo 2020 in Dubai?
I think it's very tricky to say those were the results. You know that such an exhibition is always to be seen in the long term. So what is the outcome in tourists we attract from the region in the coming years? What are also the foreign direct investments we are drawing to Luxembourg? What are the business opportunities which kicked off here in Dubai throughout the 6 economic missions Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce has organized? So all this is not happening overnight, I would say. So it is really to be considered in the long term. Previous expos have shown that we did a great job, so I believe that also Dubai will follow with a success story.
I'm sure it will. Daniel, how many visitors have you had over the last 6 months?
We actually hit this week exactly the number of inhabitants of Luxembourg, so we passed over 645,000 visitors in our pavilion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell us, where to from here? What further opportunities do you hope will arise as a result of all of this?
I would say there are 2 elements. First of all, it was for the first time that a World Expo has happened here in the Middle East, in the region of Africa, Southeast Asia. And it was important for us to show our country in this region and to reach out to investors, to business people of this region. The second element, which I believe is also very, very important, is that we are working for many years with the Middle East, and we have set up a Luxembourg Trade and Investment Office here. So I think it just enforces also the LTIO's role here in the Middle East to attract more attention to Luxembourg.
With that being said, what about the last 2 years of COVID? What sort of impact has that had on Luxembourg and its trade and further opportunities?
Well, I think the pandemic hit us all. The first element is obviously the postponement of Expo 2020. So we started 1 year later. I do not want to say that it was a lost year. We gained a lot of experience. We had also more time to liaise with other countries in order to see what can be done on the programming side. So in the end, I would just say it was also a very enriching experience that the pandemic happened. It taught us a lesson of resilience and that we only can thrive together.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, it's just so remarkable to be able to be here at the Expo. You know, with the Expo actually bringing the world back on this stage and leading forward. So your impressions, just how good of a time have you had here? And
well, it was just amazing. The contacts you nurtured, the friends you made, and the connections which are there for the future. I always call it pragmatic diplomacy, and I truly believe that it will be of great help for the network of Luxembourg, or Luxembourg's reach out into the world, and yeah, I look very much forward to being in Osaka in 5 years, or even not 5 years, in 3 years. But this said, we look back to 6 months of an amazing journey.
Sure has been. Now, hopefully we do get to see you at Osaka in 3 years' time. And thank you for explaining all of this to us. And we might just go down a little slide.
Absolutely.
After all of this.
I hope so.
Cheers.
Cheers.